Good morning. I'm Matt St. Peter. I'm a hardware architect at Radisys. Radisys has been a member of OCP for years now, and we continue to believe that OCP is a great foundation for deployment of open virtualized networks. This morning, I'm going to take a few minutes to talk about the OCP spec CG Open Rack 19 and also Radisys integration services. Radisys has been working with some of our customers and other vendors to define a rack system architecture that would work with the central office as well as small to medium data centers. We like the features of Open Compute Project and Open Rack. Since the rack design was reevaluated, there's lots of opportunities for low cost, simplification, and modularity, along with other benefits. At the same time, it's clear that our customers need a rack specification that's tailored to the telco and companies that are migrating to data center architecture with carrier-grade features. So after a lot of analysis and prototyping, starting back in 2014, we agreed on a new design. Production shipments started in 2015, and we submitted the CG Open Rack 19 specification to the incubation committee, and we got approval in 2017. Full racks have been installed in 6 data centers, all carrying live customer traffic with hundreds of racks and several thousand servers. You can see examples of CG Open Rack 19 sleds as well as a 16U rack in the AD-Link booth over there. The spec is available on the OCP marketplace. There's several rack and sled options available in production from the ecosystem partners. I've tried to summarize many of the sled and rack types available in this slide just to give you an idea of what is available. I'll be describing some of the options as well in my next presentation later this morning. But you can see here there are many rack styles, many power configurations, many sled configurations, and quite a few options as far as connectivity, data plane, management plane, et cetera. But I also wanted to talk about Radisys integration services. Basically, since you're here at the summit, you already know about the benefits of the architecture. You're probably familiar with that. Open Rack and CG Open Rack 19, both which are standards within Open Compute, are attractive because they unlock the system in many ways. They also break the connections between hardware choices and the systems running on it. Your deployments can be made up of many available hardware and software building blocks that are based on open standards. In the end, this gives you more options, more vendors, and lower system costs. Because of the ground-up re-architecture, it also provides better efficiency with more flexibility, scalability, and lower ops costs. But also, since OCP is an open standard with many available building blocks, a specific set of building blocks will need to be pulled together to make a complete system. We at Radisys see it, as we see it, either a third-party integrator will have to do that, or the service provider will have to do it. It's the value of OCP to make these off-the-shelf building blocks available. But now you need somebody to pull it all together, hardware and software. Once it's together, somebody has to maintain it going forward. That's what's needed to bring OCP to full deployment, and that's what Radisys does. On the right side, you can see some examples of what we provide as a service, as part of our product ServiceEngine. For example, open source software continues to evolve. Every update is a costly exercise. We work with our customers in a very fast way to get the software onto the network. Another example is data center turnup. We have teams that can bring a system up very quickly, reducing a long process to a few days. Radisys is able to pull together all the system components as one part of a system integration. We can take the selected hardware in the rack, whether it's Intel, AMD, we don't care, and we're able to pull that all together, hardware configuration, hardware integration, as well as software. We can also make sure that the software building blocks are ready for deployment, with additional development to tie it into your software or just hardening it to the application you need. The Radisys ServiceEngine helps you get to a deployment faster. In summary, this is a function someone has to do. Radisys can help and accelerate the process at deployment and after deployment. As you go through the process of system integration with OCP and open software, there are many steps that need to be taken. There may be some variations, but in general, you start with the proof of concept. And then some amount of software customization. The software is not all plug and play, but that's the beauty of open software. We move on to network design and integration. You have to figure out how this solution will fit into your network, how you're going to manage it, how you're going to install equipment, and how you're going to handle replacement. With testing and automation, you have to ensure that it's fully tested and hardened for deployment. You have to do the deployment itself. Once deployed, you need a global support structure that can get fixes, get replacement hardware, etc. Radisys and ServiceEngine can accelerate your system integration process. Thanks. I appreciate it.